Everyone thinks buying a used Porsche is financial suicide. And honestly, for most of them, they're right. But here's what the internet gets wrong. There's a very specific group of Porsche models that owners are quietly putting 200, 300, even 400,000 miles on without catastrophic repair bills. We're not talking about babied garage queens. We're talking about daily drivers, track day cars, and family haulers that just will not die when you buy the right one and know what to look for. Today we're counting down 10 used Porsches that are secretly bulletproof. And trust me, number 1 is not what you expect. Stay to the end, because the ones in the middle of this list are where the real value hides. Number 10, the Porsche 944. And before you click away, hear me out. The 944 is one of the most balanced sports cars ever engineered, and almost nobody outside of the enthusiast community talks about it. Porsche designed the 2.5-liter inline-4 by literally cutting their legendary 928 V8 in half. Same bore spacing, same engineering DNA, half the cylinders. That means you're getting an engine built to the tolerance standards of a much bigger, more expensive motor. The result is a bottom end that mechanics on forums describe as nearly indestructible. The 50-50 weight distribution from the front engine, rear transaxle layout means no single component in the drivetrain is ever under unusual stress. The gearbox sits at the back, the engine sits up front, the car is perfectly balanced, and the drivetrain breathes easy for its entire life. Now, here's the one thing you absolutely cannot ignore: the timing belt. Miss it, and you will meet the engine's limits in the worst possible way. Stay on top of it, and owners are reporting clean 200,000-mile examples that haven't needed internal engine work. Sweet spot on the used market right now is somewhere between $15,000 and $28,000 for a clean, well-documented example. At that price, you're getting German engineering that was built to last multiple decades. Number 9, the Porsche 928. Enzo Ferrari allegedly called the 928 a threat to everything he was building. That tells you everything about how seriously Porsche took this platform. The all-aluminum V8 under the hood was engineered with one goal: last forever. Porsche overbuilt the cooling system, the oiling system, and the internal tolerances far beyond what a grand touring car would ever demand. The result is an engine with documented examples crossing 250,000 miles on the original bottom end. The automatic transmission in this car, which gets unfairly criticized, is actually a Daimler-Benz sourced unit that was designed for much heavier applications. It's operating well below its limits in a 928. When something is consistently underworked, it lasts. The Porsche faithful on forums call the 928's drivetrain one of the most genuinely over-engineered powertrains the company ever produced, and they're not exaggerating. Budget $20,000 to $40,000 for a sorted example, and budget generously for the timing belt service, because it's a big job. Do that one thing, and this engine will outlive almost everything else you could buy at that price. Number 8. The Porsche Cayenne 958. And this is where people stop listening. But here's the thing: the base 3.6-liter naturally aspirated V6 in the 958 Cayenne shares its fundamental architecture with the Volkswagen Touareg platform. That means parts are not exotic, they're not scarce. Your local independent shop can work on one, and that sharing of components at massive production scale means every weak point in this drivetrain was identified and ironed out across hundreds of thousands of vehicles before your Cayenne ever left the factory. Skip the hybrid. Skip the Turbo S. The V6 base model is the sleeper pick in this entire generation. Owners on enthusiast forums consistently report 150,000 to 200,000 miles, with nothing more than routine fluid changes and wear items. The air suspension is the one area to inspect carefully before buying. Find one with the standard coil spring setup, and you've eliminated the single most expensive maintenance concern in the lineup. Used pricing right now sits between $12,000 and $28,000 for a clean 958 base V6. That's a lot of Porsche for the money. Number 7, the Porsche Boxster 987. The 986 generation Boxster has a well-documented intermediate shaft bearing issue that scared a lot of buyers away from the entire Boxster nameplate for years. Here's what most people miss: Porsche genuinely fixed it in the 987.2. The 2009 redesign addressed the IMS concern and delivered a naturally aspirated flat 6 that mechanics and owners describe as one of the most rewarding engines to maintain in any sports car at any price point. Simple, accessible, no turbos, no complexity for the sake of complexity, just a beautifully engineered 6-cylinder that loves to rev or reliability drama? None. Oil changes and brake fluid. That's the ownership conversation. And the driving experience: mid-engine balance, near perfect 47 to 53 front to rear weight distribution, communicative steering is something you simply cannot replicate in a front-engine car at twice the money. Owner forums are full of 987.2 Boxster buyers at 120,000, 150,000 miles, asking whether they should finally move on. The community response is almost always the same. Why would you? Budget $18,000 to $28,000, and you are buying one of the genuinely great used sports cars available anywhere in the world right now. Number 6. The Porsche 987 Cayman. If the 987.2 Boxster is a great sports car, the Cayman on the same platform is an obsession. The fixed roof adds structural rigidity that Cayman owners say transforms the chassis feedback entirely. And here's the mechanical reality. It's the same bulletproof 987.2 drivetrain in a stiffer, sharper body. The base engine 2.7 liters in the 987.1 models and 2.9 liters in the 987.2 models is more than enough. The 3.4-liter S version is borderline magnificent. Both are naturally aspirated. Both use timing chains instead of belts, and both have been running in real-world ownership long enough that every potential weakness is documented, understood, and correctable. Car and Driver, Road and Track, and virtually every automotive publication that drove one called it one of the best handling cars at any price. The real-world used market agrees with its wallet. Clean examples have been holding value, not because of speculation, but because owners genuinely don't want to sell them. Budget $24,000 to $42,000 for a well-sorted example, and understand you are buying a driver's car that will not punish you financially for actually driving it. Real quick, if you're finding this breakdown useful, hit that like button. It takes 2 seconds, and it genuinely helps. All right, halfway through, here's where it gets really interesting. Number 5. The Porsche Macan. Everyone gravitates toward the GTS, or the Turbo, and the base model sits quietly on used lots, overlooked, and underpriced. Here's the reality. The 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder in the base Macan is producing roughly 250 horsepower from a platform engineered to handle significantly more stress than that. It's operating comfortably below its limits every single day. Porsche also used a PDK dual-clutch gearbox in this generation that has accumulated millions of real-world miles across the Panamera, 718 Boxster/Cayman, and 911 lineup. By the time it showed up in your Macan, it was a known, proven, sorted unit. Owners consistently describe the base Macan's cost of ownership as dramatically more manageable than the high-performance variants because the drivetrain is simply not being pushed. The interior build quality in this generation is exceptional. Materials that don't rattle, trim pieces that stay fitted, and switchgear that continues working at 100,000 miles the way it did at 10,000. Budget $20,000 to $42,000 for a clean example, and you are getting one of the best-built compact SUVs ever assembled at used car pricing. Number 4. The Porsche 996 911. The 996 is the most hated 911 generation on the internet, and the best value 911 you can buy in the real world. And those two facts are directly connected. The intermediate shaft-bearing concern scared buyers away permanently and kept prices low. But here's what sophisticated used car buyers know. Any 996 that has had the IMS bearing replaced, which is a known, affordable preventive service that a competent Porsche independent shop handles routinely, effectively carries a dramatically reduced primary risk profile. And the 3.4 or 3.6-liter water-cooled flat 6, once that item is addressed, is fundamentally a robust, long-lived engine. The 996 also introduced Porsche's first PSM stability management, available as an optional feature, and a structural rigidity that owners at 150,000 plus miles describe as feeling exactly as tight as it did from the factory. You are buying a genuine 911, the same 911 that went to Le Mans, the same 911 that starred in a generation of automotive dreams, and you're buying it for $30,000 to $55,000, while the 997 version of essentially the same car costs twice as much. Do your inspection, sort the IMS, and this is one of the best sports car values in the entire used market right now. Number 3. The Porsche 997.2 911. This is the one the Porsche community broadly agrees on. The second generation 997, the 997.2, resolved the IMS bearing concern definitively and added direct injection to the 3.6 and 3.8-liter flat sixes. The result is an engine that mechanics and owners describe as essentially solved. Every known weakness from the water-cooled era had been identified and corrected by the time the 997.2 left Stuttgart, and what you are left with is a naturally aspirated 911 that revs freely to 7,500 revolutions per minute, makes real power without the complexity of forced induction, and has been tested by real owners across millions of collective miles with documented longevity. The PDK gearbox option in this generation is worth specifically seeking out. It is one of the most durable performance transmissions ever built, and 997.2 owners with PDK consistently describe it as perfectly sorted, well past the 100,000-mile mark. The 991.1 that followed also retained naturally aspirated flat sixes. It was not until the 991.2 in 2016 that Porsche standardized turbocharged engines across the Carrera lineup. The 997.2 is nonetheless widely regarded as the last truly analog 911, the last generation, with hydraulic steering and the compact, visceral character that defined the car before it grew into more of a grand tourer. For a lot of enthusiasts, it is the last pure 911 in the modern era. Budget $65,000 to $95,000 for a clean, properly optioned example. Every dollar of it is justified. Number 2, the Porsche 993 911, the last air-cooled 911. And if you know anything about what that means to the Porsche community, you already know why this is on the list. The 3.6-liter air-cooled flat 6 has no water pump to fail, no coolant lines to leak, no radiators to crack. The cooling system is air. The engine breathes and sheds heat the way Porsche engineers intended for nearly 4 decades of continuous development before it was finally retired. Owners who have maintained these cars properly are reporting 250,000 and 300,000 miles on original engines, not rebuilt, original. The mechanical simplicity is the entire story. Fewer systems, fewer failure points, fewer things that can go wrong during a decade of ownership. The 993 also introduced a fully independent rear suspension for the first time in air-cooled 911 history, improving both handling and long-term component durability over the older semi-trailing arm setup. Values have appreciated significantly and will keep going. A sorted 993 today will cost you $80,000 to $150,000 or more, depending on specification. But the community consensus is clear. At any price, this is one of the last vehicles you will ever need to sell. And number 1, and nobody is going to be surprised, the Porsche 991.1 911, specifically the non-turbocharged Carrera and Carrera S. Here is why this is the number 1 pick, and not the 997.2, despite what the internet argues about endlessly. The 991 brought a completely redesigned platform with dramatically improved structural rigidity over the 997. The new 3.4 and 3.8-liter naturally aspirated flat 6s in the 991.1 were new engine architectures, built with modern manufacturing tolerances from day one. No legacy IMS concerns, no inherited issues from previous generations, just a clean sheet, modern, naturally aspirated flat 6 from one of the most engineering-obsessed manufacturers on the planet. The PDK in this generation is mature, proven, and owners describe it as seamless past 80,000, 100,000, and well beyond. The 991 generation also introduced electric power steering, which was controversial at launch, but has proven to be a reliability improvement over the hydraulic system it replaced. Fewer components, less fluid, nothing to leak. And the real-world ownership numbers back it up. 991.1 Carrera owners on forums are consistently crossing 120,000 miles as first owners with nothing but routine maintenance and consumables. Budget $75,000 to $110,000 for a clean example with reasonable miles, and you are buying the most modern, most refined, most sorted used 911 you can get before prices start reflecting what the market knows, which is that this is the sweet spot in the entire 911 lineup. Honorable mention, and this one matters, the Porsche Panamera 970, specifically the 3.6-liter V6 base model. Everyone chases the V8 turbos and overlooks the base Panamera completely. Here is what they're missing. The naturally aspirated 3.6-liter V6 in the 970 base model has a documented reliability profile that dramatically outperforms every V8, S, turbo, and hybrid variant in the same generation. Porsche shared this basic engine architecture across enough volume to eliminate its weak points before your Panamera ever left the factory. At $25,000 to $38,000 for a clean example, you are buying a full-size 4-door Porsche with a known, manageable drivetrain. The ownership community on enthusiast forums describes the V6 970 as the most rational Panamera purchase you can make on a budget, and they're right. That's the list. Buy the right generation, do your inspection, stay on top of maintenance, and a Porsche will outlast almost everything else in its price category. Drop a comment below. Which one would you go for? And if this breakdown saved you from a bad decision or pointed you toward a great one, hit subscribe. We do this every week.